There are 5 supplements that once you start taking, you will instantly see a massive increase in your testosterone levels. I used to have a very low level of testosterone and had a lot of like side effects of low testosterone until I started taking these supplements, and I instantly noticed an increase. So without further ado, let's start. So the very first supplement I'm going to be talking about is Tongkat Ali. So Tongkat Ali has been researched and it's been shown in human studies to increase testosterone by 37 to 46%. That is a massive increase in testosterone, but it's even more, it's been used in tribes in like the Asian continent for treating erectile dysfunction, which is a common symptom of low testosterone. So it's a really good, it's basically an herb, but it's a really good herbal supplement that you can take for your testosterone levels starting right now. What I usually do is I'll usually 30 minutes before I work out, I'll have the Tongkat Ali, and my workouts always feel great. So Tongkat Ali, the very first supplement, try it out. The second supplement I highly recommend taking is vitamin D. So vitamin D, I'm not talking about taking vitamin D in the sort of way where you're taking 1,000 IU per day like you've been told by basically everyone around you. The reason why I'm telling you to take more than 1,000 is because think about it like this, you do not get enough, right? If you were to go to a sunnier country, like somewhere near the Tropic of Cancer, you're getting a bunch of sun every single day, essentially, right? And you had your shirt off all day, you were outside, you were doing things that, you know, were actually healthy for you, like things that people, like the most primal people, like primitive people, like they were outside all day, right? They were outside trying to find food, they didn't have any clothes on, the sun was probably like blaring, and yeah, so they ended up getting a bunch more, that is extremely similar to if you were to go to a country like, you know, in Asia, like Indonesia or Thailand, and you had your shirt off all day, you were outside in the sun all day. Yeah, so you would be getting around 10,000 to 20,000 IUs of vitamin D just from the sun, not from food, just from the sun, 10,000 to 20,000. So think about that and compare it to the measly 1,000 IU you're taking per day. Now, it's also like you probably think that you do get some sun, and that sun is the 10,000 to 20,000 IU in total with the supplementation, but that's inaccurate, because if you really think about it, you're probably indoors, like inside of a building for most of the day. And even if the building has windows, like you don't actually get anything from like the sun, like when it passes through a window, you don't actually get any of that, right? So you're inside all day, and then when you are outside, you're usually wearing clothes, right? Like you're not walking out naked. So you're usually wearing clothes, so the sun doesn't actually have room to seep into your skin and provide you with the vitamin D. And so like there's a lot of like you end up getting a very minimal level of vitamin D naturally, if any at all. You could be getting like no vitamin D whatsoever. So to be supplementing with 1,000 IU it's pretty stupid in my opinion, because you wouldn't get nearly as much vitamin D as you need, or nearly as much vitamin D as you would get if you were to be living in a country where you're outside all day, you're not wearing clothes, and it's super sunny. So you want to emulate that situation as much as possible, because that's how the humans before us used to be. And they had, as you may know, they had a lot more testosterone than we do nowadays. So you want to aim for around 55 nanograms per deciliter, so I'd recommend you do testing. But the way I take, so the amount of vitamin D that I would supplement with to achieve that level is I would take around 2,000 to 4,000 IUs of vitamin D when you wake up. So when you wake up, you're taking 2,000 to 4,000, and right before you sleep, you want to take 2,000 to 4,000 as well. So to do this for a while, and then get it tested, get your vitamin D levels tested, and the goal is to have around 55 nanograms per deciliter of vitamin D. So you're taking Tongkat Ali, you're taking vitamin D, what else do you need to take? So the third supplement that I would recommend for higher testosterone levels is Fedogia agrestis. So Fedogia agrestis, it's pretty similar to Tongkat Ali, but the reason I didn't put it near Tongkat Ali was because it's a bit less important than vitamin D. I have it ranked in order. But so Phaedogia agrestis, it's a bit less studied. It's not been tested on humans. So it's been tested on rodents, which are the next best thing to human studies. And it's been shown in rodent studies to increase testosterone by 6-fold. And they've noticed a lot of testosterone-related benefits in the rodents. So they've noticed that they had increased mating, they had increased muscle mass, they had an increased libido. It was a massive increase in testosterone and a massive increase in their activities. So Phaedogia agrestis, it's basically an herb, just like Tonkat Ali, and it's also been used in like Asian tribes to treat erectile dysfunction. Both of them have. So it's been used to treat erectile dysfunction in these Asian, like in the Asian tribes, essentially, right? So if you had erectile dysfunction, you'd basically be prescribed with the either Phaedogia agrestis, Tonkat Ali, and the reason why it works for that is because erectile dysfunction usually stems from a lower level of testosterone. So the reason that Phaedogia agrestis works is because it, like on erectile dysfunction, is because it increases the level of testosterone, which effectively removes or severely decreases the occurrences of erectile dysfunction. So that's the third one. Third one is Phaedogia agrestis. The fourth one is going to surprise you. It's melatonin. Now, melatonin does not directly increase your testosterone. It just aids with your sleeping habits. So if your sleeping habits are like pretty crappy, then your body won't have the ability to replenish. You don't make more testosterone if you sleep better. You just replenish your natural levels. So it won't increase the baseline, but it'll replenish your testosterone levels. But if energy is an issue for you at all, so if you wake up and you feel tired all the time, it's going to help you a lot. Melatonin, it'll help you with basically, okay. So there's a difference between sleep quality and sleep quantity, and I'll ask you this. So have you ever slept a bunch of time, like you've slept like 10, 12 hours, and you woke up feeling like shit? Well, that's because your sleep quality was bad. And so essentially the way to increase your sleep quality so that you don't actually have to sleep that long and then have better sleep is to set a consistent sleep schedule, right? So a sleep schedule that does not change no matter what day it is, weekend, weekday, holiday, no matter what day it is, it has to be consistent, right? And there was a study done that essentially showed that the best sleepers were those who slept at the same time every single day within like a 15-minute, like change of time, right? So it's like they usually slept, for example, for me, like if I were to sleep at 10 every single day, maybe one day I'd sleep at like 10:02, 9:58, like within a 15-minute time gap, but as close to 10 p.m. or as close as the time as you sleep at consistently as possible. So how do you achieve this way of just sleeping consistently at the same time every single day? You probably tried it before to sleep at the same time, but it's probably not worked because it's super hard to maintain. But there's a few things that you can do to increase your ability to remain consistent with the sleep schedule. So the first thing you should do is to set a 30-minute alarm right before you sleep. So say you sleep at 10 p.m. At 9:30, you're going to set an alarm that tells you to get ready to sleep, right? So do whatever you need to do before you sleep, such as brushing your teeth, getting your bed ready, like whatever it is you do, right? So 30 minutes before, you have that alarm on, and it also serves as a reminder. So if you're in the middle of doing work, if you get an alarm that tells you to brush your teeth or to do whatever you need to do, it'll get you a lot more consistent at stopping work by that time and then getting ready for sleep. So that's what you could do to increase your the consistency of your sleep, but then also to get yourself accustomed to that, you essentially want to find a time that works, right? You want to find a time that works every single day that you can sleep at no matter what day it is, right? So it doesn't matter if you're working overtime, it doesn't matter if you have a party, it does not matter what day it is. It's a time that you can sleep at every single day, no exceptions, no excuses, no anything. Like you're going to plan it out before, right? So for me, that is 10 p.m. And then melatonin, it actually helps with getting your body accustomed to the sleep schedule. So you're going to take melatonin I don't recommend taking like too much. Take like 3 milligrams, because if you're not taking it, you'll notice like an effect right away. So take melatonin 30 minutes before this time that you want to sleep at consistently, and do that for around 2 weeks until you find that you're naturally getting sleepy around like 9:30, because your body's like used to sleeping at that time, and then you could stop taking melatonin. So this will help you a lot with getting very consistent with the time you sleep at, along with the alarm, the consistent time, and the melatonin. You'll have a very consistent sleep schedule, which will increase your basically your energy levels throughout the day, because your quality of sleep will be significantly higher. So that's why melatonin is amazing, and you should really be focusing on your sleep if you want to increase your testosterone. So the 5th supplement I would recommend, this is sort of a bonus, but it's also pretty important, is a multivitamin. So a multivitamin, the way it works essentially, or the reason it works, is because it would help you with any small nutrient or vitamin deficiencies that you may have. You probably have a lot of like vitamin deficiencies. So then that it sort of like covers like all bases, but I'm not talking about the normal multivitamins that, you walk into a grocery store, you pick up the first one you see, and I'm not talking about that multivitamin. So unfortunately, in most places, the multivitamin industry, it's sort of unregulated. So you want to really do some research on the multivitamin you're getting. You want to look around, look at labels, and what I do recommend actually is getting the labels, like copying and pasting the labels, putting it into ChatGPT and asking it which one is the most complete multivitamin if I'm trying to increase my testosterone, or in general, like which one is the most complete multivitamin. So it'll usually be one of them, like one of them will stand out 100%. Like it'll be like a massive difference, because most multivitamins are going to be more like diluted, like because it's unregulated, right? Like they don't want to give you the bang for your buck. They just want to give you like these multivitamins that are like, they taste sweet, they taste good, but they don't actually like help you. So you want to find the multivitamin that is the most complete and it works for testosterone. So supplementation, the multivitamin was the 5th one. So supplementation it's only one part of the process. Like you could do a bunch of other things to increase your testosterone, but it's pretty significant too. If you were looking for more ways to increase your testosterone, I've made a full guide for increasing your testosterone, and it'll be either linked below, or it'll pop up right now on screen. Thank you for watching this video. I've left a lot of resources down in the description. If this video helped you at all, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm think that, people like you like these videos, and you'll end up helping a lot more people just like you who want to increase your testosterone. Other than that, take care.